Very pleased at this time to be joined from Milwaukee by Isiah Kiner-Falefa of the Toronto Blue Jays. Isiah, thanks so much for taking time out to talk to us today. We greatly appreciate it. We trust you're doing well. It certainly seems that you are, watching you in the field these days. Kevin made this point a little earlier when we were talking about your season with the Blue Jays. We've talked about your versatility, and that's clearly a calling card for you. But Kevin made this point, and I'm kind of wondering about it. Are you finding it a little easier this year because you're not being asked to play shortstop as one of the positions that you're being fit into?
What's up, guys? How you guys doing? I'm happy to be on. It's good to talk to you guys. And I don't know. I feel like my first year in New York was, that was a tough experience for me. I learned a lot. My second year in New York, I got off shortstop, and I really fell in love with moving around and everything. But I still believe, I don't really feel like that has a ton to do with it. I just feel like moving around and being able to move positions. I just feel a little more athletic. It takes the pressure off of having to be a 900 OPS guy that plays third base, because that's my game is more of a contact approach, driving runners in when they're in scoring position, moving guys over. So I like to be moving around. It just keeps me fresh, and it keeps my mind open to not just trying to be a traditional third baseman that has to hit 30 home runs to play. So it just gives me more opportunities, more room, and helps my ability to help the team.
Speaking of your offense, you went from having a leg kick to now having your toe tap, and I'm very intrigued on how you came about the toe tap. Why that part of it, right? It's in the cage. Is that how you come about what you're trying to do other than the leg kick by adding the toe tap? How did you come up with the toe tap, I think is the question I'm trying to ask.
I felt like I kept getting beat on fastballs, and fastballs were my strong suit. And I was flaring a lot of balls to right field, and I just felt late. So I felt like the toe tap was an adjustment that it was hard because I really enjoyed leg kicking. I feel like I have more power there, but when you're late on the fastball, you're late on pitches, it doesn't even matter. So I just I did the toe tap to kind of bridge. I felt like I was struggling a little bit, so made a little adjustment, and it kind of took off. So I stuck with it, and I'm enjoying doing it, and it's helped out a lot, and it's given me a chance to be on time every pitch.
You mentioned the fastball. What is the key to hitting the fastball in 2024?
It's hard. It's guys are throwing four seams, sinkers, and cutters. Usually they only have one, but they have all three fastballs now, so you don't know which fastball exactly is coming. So you have to be on time for when it does come. And that's like everyone's throwing hard, everyone's got nasty stuff, so you just got to be on time for the fastball. And that's how the game's changed. It's hard to even put those fastballs in play sometimes. So we talk about swings, we talk about mechanics and all the time, but I feel like being on time is something that the game's been missing for a long time.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the doing away with the shift has helped guys who are versatile players defensively. Has that maybe added more value to it? Because I think we've seen the shift. It's been away long enough now that I think we can probably start looking at examining some of the results of it. Do you think it's increased the value of versatility, or had no impact on it at all?
I think it's definitely increasing versatility. You're not able to just plug guys out certain spots because you used to be able to just put them in the right position and plays would be hit right at guys. Now you need a little more athleticism. Guys need to cover a little more ground to take away hits. And defense matters more than it ever did because of the spacing guys need to cover now. So definitely helps versatile players.
I don't think anymore by listening to you talk and people that we talk about hitting, it ain't see ball, hit ball anymore. Like when I used to play, it was simplify that thing as much as possible and see it out of the hand as quick as you can, get in an athletic position and be able to beat the guy to the spot. It seems to me, listening to you talk and listen to other guys talk that are playing in 2024, that's a little harder to do. Is it tougher now to game plan because it's harder to just not see ball, hit ball against a certain pitcher than it used to be? And if it is, how have you grown when it comes to game planning against certain pitchers?
Yeah, the game has definitely changed. I mean, guys are executing pitches. The umpires are actually, I feel like they're really good. They call, anything on the black, and they also get like that extra, you know how that new ABS thing is, where pitchers get like all they have to have is a centimeter of the ball on the plate. So they're getting a little bit of room, and these guys are throwing hard. So the game planning is tough just because it's hard to pick which pitch you want to slug. But I think for me, I just go into compete mode, try to keep it simple. I try to be on time, and you just everywhere you look for advice for hitting, all you see is mechanics and launch angles and exit velos. So I think we're just trying to get back to being on time, see ball, hit ball, because the game is already very, very hard. So just having that information of the analytics definitely helps. But at the end of the day, you have to go in there and keep things simple to even have a chance to be on time.
I had a chance to talk to Evan Grant, somebody I've known for a while, just after you'd signed here, and he referred me to the story of how you were drafted and how you were discovered in Hawaii. Can you maybe tell us a little bit about that? Because it's such a great baseball story. A scout goes to look at a particular player. I think it was Marcus Doy, if I'm pronouncing
Marcus
it.
Doy.
Yeah, a catcher, and he saw you play, and the rest is kind of history. They kind of put you in their back pocket and said, "Remember this guy." Tell us a little bit about that, because it is kind of fascinating.
Yeah, I didn't really have many offers. I was signed to go to San Jose State. I had another offer to play baseball at BYU, but besides that, I really didn't have any D1 opportunities. And my dream was to go to the University of Hawaii, and I didn't get an offer there. It was crazy. And my teammate went to the Area Coast games, and he was the player, the MVP of the tournament that year. So he came back to Hawaii, and we had 15, 20 scouts at every practice the whole entire season to watch him, because he was a projected first rounder. And I got lucky enough to get that many eyes on me every day, and ended up getting picked up in the fourth round. I didn't really even have a lot of teams talking to me. There's only a couple of teams talking to me, and the Rangers were able to pull the trigger in the fourth round, and very surprising to the baseball world and a lot of people. But they called it a diamond in the rough, and it was a cool story.
Yeah, and it's fascinating too, because the Ranger scout who saw you, and this is such a quintessential baseball story. The first player who he ever signed was Terry Pendleton, who was
Steve Flores.
Yeah, he was an undersized third baseman from Fresno State. He was overlooked in the draft. St. Louis drafted him seventh, and he went on to have a terrific career. It's just it's kind of cool when you see stuff like that happen. It really does reinforce that, as much as you've got video and everything, and the scouting game has changed now, the idea that a guy can see somebody he likes and just kind of pound the table for him is so cool.
Yeah, I got lucky, man. They definitely pounded the table for me, and everything worked out. And now I get to play for Toronto, and I couldn't be happier.
Isiah, is there anything that you've been able to take away from playing, with guys like Aaron Judge with the Yankees when you're struggling, right? It's no secret that the Blue Jays as a whole lineup on an everyday basis are, having some challenges, scoring some runs. Is there anything that you could take away that maybe you could share with your teammates to sort of, have or help a lineup catch fire and sort of score a few more runs? Because, the way you guys play defense and the way you're starting pitching is, and some of the guys in the pen, if you could just figure out how to score a few more runs, man, your team would be really good. But is there anything you could take away from the former Yankees players that you played with?
Yeah, it's definitely been frustrating. I think the biggest thing is, we gotta put things into our own hands, and start being, I wouldn't say more aggressive, but I think we need to do a better job of putting teams on their heels. When I was with the Yankees, I just remember playing third base and all these guys coming up, and I was ready for bullets. And I feel like as a team, I think that's the identity that we need to get back to. We need to be able to put teams on their heels make them feel uncomfortable, put pressure on them down the base path. And, we just got to find different ways to win. I feel like New York really helped me in, gaining armor for myself as far as struggling. And, when things aren't going the way you want it to go, you hear a lot of the outside noise. But we have to do a good job of keeping that out of the clubhouse and being on goal, not lacking confidence and trying to really win ball games based off of our mentality and how we're approaching the game. And not waiting for a win to come our way, taking the win, winning, going out and playing, trying to win games, taking it early and not just, hoping that things fall or, we really just need to do a better job of setting the tone ourselves.
That's a great answer. Okay, you're facing a guy in Carlos Rodriguez tonight that you never faced before. Your first at bat, how do you attack at bats against guys you've never faced before?
It's a little different. It's out of division game, so you don't really have to worry about taking the information, but you also have to realize like this kid. You have to first identify if he's on a pitch count or not. Because if he's on a pitch count, you definitely want to see some pitches and take him deeper into the game, or not deeper in the game, but get the bullpen in the game early. But if he's not on a pitch count, which a lot of these younger pitchers come up and they have a 4-inning limit or 5-inning limit, it's better to just be aggressive because, you're almost better off treating them like a bullpen guy because you won't see them again. I mean, it might be 1 or 2 times through the order and they're out. These old school pitchers, they're going 7, 8 innings. You're getting 3 or 4 at bats. So that first at bat, you're able to take some information. These young kids coming up, you might only see them one time through the lineup. And for me, being at the bottom of the lineup, I'll be lucky to see them 2 or 3 times. So just understanding like, it's a new guy. I've never seen him before. I don't know really what he throws. I know it's a 4-seamer. And, yeah, it's just being aggressive just because, these young kids don't go as deep as they usually used to.
That's a great
Isaiah,
answer.
that's a great answer,
Yeah,
man. Listen, thanks very much for doing this, and go get him tonight. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun watching you play and a lot of fun talking to you today.
Absolutely.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you so much. Good luck.
Thank you. Hopefully, I'm talking again soon, and it's all good. So I appreciate it.
Awesome.
All right, take care.
Look forward to it.
Isaiah Kiner-Falefa.